Okay, thanks for being a model today. So I just want to give an example of what can happen if over time your posture is not 100%. This chap here has spent quite a bit of his working life sitting behind a desk, also some lab work, so peering into microscopes and quite a lot of slumping throughout his career. Generally active outside work, but what you do the majority of the time your body adapts to. So if you spend most of your time when you're sitting slumping, then the muscles are going to adapt to that, and your spine eventually won't be able to straighten up, and that can happen around the age of about mid-60s into your 70s. So a lot of people who you see walking around slumped over, maybe with a walking stick and peering at the ground, they're generally, give or take, some injuries and some genetic disease, things like osteoporosis, etc., have been slumpers for their life. So it's very, very important that you look after your posture, as you only have one body and your back supports you, and it also supports all the internal organs as well. So you want to give everything as much space to be able to function properly. So you can see with this chap here, he has quite a curve in the thoracic spine. We call that a kyphosis. And if we get him to try and straighten up, just try and straighten up, you can see how the spine's quite stiff here and it's quite fixed. There's also a very slight, what we call scoliosis, which is an S-shaped curve in the spine. Starts from here. If I just draw a line down this chap's back, you see the spine comes in and then back round again here. Generally that's either genetic, you have it from birth, or it can be due to adaptation through movement over time. So if you sit cross-legged a lot, if you're always twisting to one side at a desk, or you play a sport where you're one side dominant, eventually that can twist your spine slightly and tighten up. And again, that's going to give you tension on one side of the spine and overlong weak muscles on the other side. These sort of things come over a very long period of time, years and years, so you don't necessarily notice them happening at the time, but eventually they'll start to cause you pain and problems when you're older. So very, very important that you look after your posture from day one and in general over your life. If we can just get you just to run the hands down the front of your legs, so and just flex forward. You can see how the lower part of the back here, very, very straight, so it's lost some of its flexibility as well. So you would say it's a relatively inflexible spine. Okay, just come back up to sitting. Extend your neck backwards and look up at the ceiling if you can. And again, these muscles here are working very, very hard to support the spine as the neck goes back because of the stiffness in here. And just come back to centre again. Now this chap's in his early 70s, still active, still working. If he'd been somebody who was more sedentary and sat in his leisure time as well as when he was working, I would feel he'd probably have a lot more problems than he does now. So it's the active part of his life that's helping maintain the strength around his spine. Thank you very much.